Okay, so today I just wanted to discuss real quick the horoscope of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, the three things that we really know him for: bodybuilding, acting, and politics. What not everybody knows, however, is that he also got wealthy through real estate. Um, so let's start with the sun. The sun is in Leo. The Leo stands for creativity, children, sports, athleticism, um, and attributes are courage, risk taker, um, just being very playful and theatrical and dramatic, happy-go-lucky in some form, leadership qualities, these kind of things. So these qualities are enhanced by the fact that the sun is in the first house. Every planet that is in the first house will always have some form of dominant character in a person's life. So let's investigate the sun a little more. The sun is in the first house, but also on the cusp of the second. Like I mentioned before, he actually got wealthy through real estate investing. As far as I remember, he lived in Santa Monica, invested into real estate, apartment complexes, and that allowed him actually to not go ahead and do every role, every silly little acting role that was offered to him. He actually was able, because of his financial stability, to pick and choose. So these are one of the aspects, of an actor. Number one, probably the thing that he's most known for. So you can do this even very easily. You see the sun in Leo, and you see it in the second house, the sun being so dominant in its own sign. Leo, it's just very powerful. So you can say and interpret this very easily, saying wealth. He achieved wealth through acting. But then also Leo stands for the sport aspect. I'm referring to the bodybuilding part. So, um, another aspect that I found is very interesting is his moon in Capricorn, and then also in the sixth house, which just means tremendous discipline, hard work, and focus. And it's part of his persona and emotional needs. That's where he feels comfortable when he's, busting his ass. I mean, he would hours and hours, he would just be in the gym. It was crazy. Um, so that definitely makes for a lot of success. I mean, he just has qualities and habits and a certain work ethic. That's really a key word, work ethic, to pursue whatever he wants to do. The moon in the sixth house, he wants to work. He loves work. That's what he needs to feel comfortable, and he wants to be validated as well, you know. So, a very interesting dynamic between the sun and the moon. So if we look at the 10th house, which directly relates to career and a profession that a person should have, that fulfills that person. Um, the 10th house, the MC, we have Pisces, right? So he wasn't one thing, he was multiple things. There's no real transparency, there is no real clear definition on what he actually did with his life. It was many different things that are not even necessarily connected. And, so this is kind of what Pisces stands for. There's no clear line, no definition, no transparency. It's just kind of all over the place. However, you also have Aries in there, so, it brings fighter qualities in that, to some form. Somebody who loves competition, who loves the competition of business, and just, I mean, he was a bodybuilder, so um, Mr. Olympia and Universe, or whatever those titles are called. So, you can directly see you can see him in the chart, my point. Um, Now, one aspect that is a little bit more difficult is the Cancer ascendant. Um, I mean, there's many different ways that you can consider this. I mean, Cancer is usually somebody who's perceived, the ascendant being the personality, the outer shell, in contrast to the sun, which is the character, the inner part, which is not necessarily apparent to everyone. Um, so Cancer as the personality being the one that's liked and popular, which we can say Venus in the first house underlines that idea. So, furthermore, we also see the Jupiter in the fifth house. So that's really where he, had a home run, was in the fifth house, which is correlates directly to acting. You can even say that in Scorpio, he kind of took in more warrior roles, right? Um, he was Conan, he was the Terminator. He usually would do kind of, action where there's some form of violence and, blood and these kind of things. So it's very interesting. And we also see that there's a trine towards the Mercury, which is right on the ascendant, right? So his language barrier actually ended up being kind of his signature, the fact that he is foreign. So I think that wraps it up for now. You kind of get an idea of how you can start analyzing a horoscope, to find out what a person's profession should be. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave me a comment, subscribe, and have a good day.